Good morning.
If you ate French toast in this morning, or if you drank juice in this morning, or if you ate fried bacon in this morning, I know, you are on the large airplane. It's not Air Canada, it's not Air Japan, it is Air Monsanto. And unfortunately, your plane is not tested out yet, and it can be crashed, and you can never get up. So today's my title is A Dangerous Flight, Monsanto. And I will talk about three main points of this conflict. First, the health problem. And second, the patent approval. And third, the decrease in the species. So let me just first talk about the Monsanto. Their main product is GMO. And GMO means the genetically modified organism. It will be hard, yeah. For example, we can add flat fish's gene to the tomato's gene to make GMO tomato. Don't worry, it doesn't look like this. And these GMO tomatoes are not get soft easily, so they can be on the floor on your home more longer. So this kind of stuff is their main products for Monsanto. Yeah, it is not airplane company. It's like a farming company. So one of their main products is corns. And let me just ask you, how often do you eat corns? Now, I mean, how many times did you eat corns in this month?
3 in a week.
3 times in a week. How about you, Chloe? 5 times in a week. Okay. I'm sure that you ate more than that. Let me explain about this. Some scientists did beautiful things to corns. They extracted oils to make bacon, and so they extracted sugar to make juice and coke. They make flour to make bread and cereals. So, although your morning breakfast looks normal, you're eating corns, you're drinking corns, you're baking corns, you're washing with corns, and you're thinking corns. And in short, you are and we are absolutely cornholic. And as you know, the civil organizations like Greenpeace, very interested in something pervasive in our life, right? So they did lots of experiments and argued that GMO products have very big impact on our life because they are not natural, they are human-made products. So sometimes the GMO products are called terminators. But Monsanto argued that this is not true. And listen carefully about my story because it is a little bit tricky. When I was in high school, my friends loved chickens, so they ate lots of chickens. Although some of them are chickens, but they would never be an extra chicken by eating chickens because chicken will be digested. Did you get it, Lucia? In Israel, it say everything you eat will be digested in a small particles. So Monsanto argued that in the same way, the terminators will be digested, so it would never cause any problem to your health. Anyway, this was the first reason why they are called terminators. You know, they have unknown power to effect to your health. And there's one more reason why they are called terminators. They are not reproductive. You know, the love between these two terminators are hopeless because they would never have their own child, right? And it is the same in the GMO products. They are not reproductive. For a long time, farmers planted seeds to cultivate and planted it again to cultivate again. And it seems like a circle, right? But GMO products, as I said earlier, are not reproductive, so this cannot happen. So farmers have to buy seeds every time they plant from Monsanto, and this actually changed the system of the cultivating like this. It looks more like a line form, right? So, why did Monsanto these things? Because they had patents for all of their products. They want farmers to pay the fine or for money every time they use their own products, and they think these are their own thing. So they wanted the farmers to pay every time they plant. So some farmers do not want to use Monsanto's products, right? Then why can farmers stop using their products? Because it is spreading. Let's have a look here. His name is Percy Major, and Canadian government required him to pay $850,000 to Monsanto company because of a violation of patent law. But he has never used or he has never planted Monsanto's products. Then what happened? Let's have a look at his farm. He didn't use or he didn't plant GMO products, but his neighbor did. And some of his crops were infected by GMO products. And after using pesticides made by Monsanto, only GMO products were survived and prospered. And actually this phenomenon happens all around the world. And it really reminds me of two movies. One is the Dawn of the Dead. You know this movie?
No.
It's a zombie movie. Maybe you don't know. And second is the Matrix.
Yeah.
I'm sure you know this one, right? And the common thing is that everything is changed into same thing, right? And it is pretty ironic that Monsanto is elected as one of top 50 companies that contributed to diversity in species. Why? Because actually it is true that they made new species, right? Pretty ironic. So this was my third main point of their conflict. So let me now reorganize the conflict for you. First, it was the conflict between the Monsanto and their customers, right? And unfortunately, in your plane, there is one crew named the Terminators, and actually they have unknown power for you. Maybe they can harm you, right? And second, they are not reproductive, of course. So if you want to use them, you have to pay again and again and again for your pilot. And third, actually, the Terminators are killing everyone. And in the same time, they are making everyone. It's pretty ironic, right? So pay attention to your flight, because maybe your plane can take you to the heaven, but it may be also crashed into the hell. Thank you.